It has nothing to do with reality. Okay, that's the only thing left by the ancient Egyptians about a woman named Cleopatra VII, is that outline you saw there at Dendera and those inside. Anything else is a fraud, a lie. The person who show you is just as much a jackass as the person saying it. I emphasize it in that way so that you could see. Now, I know that you and others may have immediately answered, what does Cleopatra look like? And everybody's got 150,000 descriptions. Nobody knows. Nobody knows how Cleopatra VII, what she looked like. That's the only record that we have of what she looked like. We just saw it this afternoon. Now, making your assumption, in order to have your idea of what she may have looked like, let us see who she was and who her parents. Number one, when you heard of Cleopatra, you heard of her at 40 BC. That is when Julius Caesar came to Egypt with intent of conquering it. Did conquer it, and as a result, occupied the land. However, allowed, to some extent, the reigning queen to hold on to the land. That queen was Cleopatra VII. What is the word Cleopatra in the first place? Cleopatra was the name of the female part of the Ptolemy family. All of the males of the Ptolemy family were called Ptolemies. All of the females were called Cleopatra. Who was Ptolemy the first now? To know who the Ptolemy family. Ptolemy the family, the first, was a Macedonian Greek general in the army of Alexander II, the son of Philip of Macedonia, and people here call him Alexander the Great. There was nothing great about Alexander. No more than Catherine the Great, no more than Napoleon the Great. Nobody talk about Hitler the Great. They did no worse and no better than Hitler. They went out killing people and taking their land, taking whatever the people had. And they said, the Great. Because he was conquering everybody else but Europeans, therefore they were the Great. If they had done the same thing to people in Europe, they would have been they would have been treated just like Hitler. See, nobody hated Hitler because he was bad. He was bad. They hated him because he did it to Europeans. You don't hear nobody complain about what he did in North Africa. It's what he did in Europe. Okay. So, I don't say Alexander the Great, I say Alexander II, because that's what he was. But Alexander II came in 332. And when he came and occupied the land, he subsequently died in 327. There are a lot of rumors that he was killed, he was this, he was the other thing. It doesn't matter really for what I'm talking about. But as soon as he was killed, overthrown, died, whatever the case may be, in 327, all of the generals, the lands that he conquered, he left the general. The generals refused to take order from his brother, Philadelphus. And thus, they each grabbed that particular land which they were placed in charge of. The general in charge of Egypt was a general by the name of Soter, S-O-T-E-R, a Greek, also like Alexander, of Greek Macedonian parents. Soter immediately thereafter changed his name to Ptolemy and called himself Ptolemy I or Ptolemy I. Thus we now have Ptolemy the first. The first Ptolemy is a European of Greek Macedonian parents. Ptolemy then, at the time, forced the local princess to mate with him. Not marry her, but to mate with him. She was of Persian. The Greeks replaced the Persians. She was of Persians and indigenous parents, Egyptian and Persian parents. The stirrup of Persia was her father, and an Egyptian mother, woman was her mother, a woman that they took out wherever, raped her, and produced this offspring. This is the beginning of the source of Cleopatra. The two, one Persian, Egyptian, the other one Macedonian, and the father's side Macedonian, Greek. So there you have the Ptolemy line all the way to the last of the Ptolemies, Cleopatra VII. Okay? So now you could Decide what you want Cleopatra to look like. It's up to you. I don't know. You got it. Because you got all those Ptolemies and Cleopatras in between. The one before Cleopatra VII was her aunt Cleopatra Bernice, who she poisoned to get the throne. She poisoned her brother to get the throne, and almost tried to poison her son to keep the throne. So you could understand she was a very nice woman. So all you running around praising and I hope that you do of the study, and that's the Cleopatra. And again, I repeat, the only image of Cleopatra, and as much as an outline, that the Egyptians left, or might have had some maybe under the ground someplace, but nobody has ever found any besides that one. Okay? Now, so when you see those pictures of Cleopatra, and you see those books with Cleopatra's picture in it, go and find the European who posed for the picture. Only if some of you careful enough, then you pose for the picture. But I'm not doing too much poses for that. Since we have touched on Cleopatra, now let's go to the temple where we just left, the temple of Dendera. Dendera is the place, but it's generally given the title of the place. Temples are called after the city in which they are. It is dedicated, of course, to goddess Hathor, goddess of beauty, goddess of love, you name it, anything nice. Hathor, the wife of Horus, Heru, the proper name is Heru. Hathor, H-A-T-H-O-R, is the Western spelling, or you could spell it Hathor, H-A-T-O-R, without the H. Horus is a Western or Greek spelling, H-O-R-U-S. He is also known as Heru, Herusa, and a number of other ancient Egyptian words that describe him. Like his father Osiris, or Osaru, Osaru being the Greek, the indigenous name, the hieroglyphic name, he appears as the falcon, which you have seen. But there is a distinction between himself and the father. Sometimes the father doesn't appear as the falcon, and in cases even appear as a human form. Because Ptolemy XII, the father of Cleopatra VII I just referred to, made the Egyptian workmen at that time place his face on the body, place his face on the body of Osiris, thus calling himself Neus Dionysus, or the new Osiris. So that whenever you see Osiris shown as a human form, the head, it is not the ancient, but it is from the time, it can only be from the time of the Ptolemies, particularly Ptolemy XII, who forced that kind of imagery. On the other hand, as I said, Osiris is the one that is always shown in terms of the resurrection. And is always shown in terms with the sun disk, symbolic of God, Ra. One of the things that you know that Ra was one of the earliest, if not the earliest of all of the gods, because regardless of which god you're seeing, either he wears a symbol of Ra or refers to Ra or something in terms of Ra. This you see in all the temples. In this particular temple, one of the most sacred of the temples, and you would notice that there, it is a temple like most all that you have been, not most, all of them that you have been to thus far, built on older temples that preceded them. Some of these temples were destroyed by one or more earthquakes. It seemed as if Egypt was subject to earthquakes. About in June I was here, there was an earthquake centered in Aswan. And I happened to be in this same building the morning about 4 o'clock, you remember, and it's the first time I was in an earthquake that didn't tremble. The building rocked, swayed. It was a funny feeling, just swayed. And it was centered at the Aswan Dam. And everybody was scared that the dam would break loose. If it did, I was on about the 3rd floor, I would have been drowned. That's how, if that had happened, the water all the way here would have been that high or higher. So there was tremendous fear for at least the aftershock. The aftershock did not come, and so the earthen dam held. But Egypt is accustomed, and many of the monuments have been destroyed because of that reason. In that temple you saw, and if we had time to really give it, I don't know if Muhammad had carried you down, at the side of the Holy of Holies, there is a little underground vault there where they stored the wealth. Did you go down in this one? No. Okay. All right. It's so small, and it took so much time with that many people. But there were some beautiful paintings and things in down there you could have seen. But all right. Next, this temple is so unique. It's the only temple in all of Egypt where the cartouches are unfinished with respect to who built what and at what time. Yes, it is. Although we relate the temple to the period of the Ptolemies and the Romans, started with the Ptolemies, completed during the time of the Romans, no one can say for sure that if it even started with the Ptolemies or so forth. The reason that it's given the Cleopatra fact that on the outside there is the cartouche relating to Cleopatra, but again, just like the temple that we came from in Abydos, we noticed that the majority of the writings there relates to Ramesses II. But in fact, the temple was started by his father, Seti I or Seti I. The same thing is here, because the vast majority, not the vast, all of them inside of that temple are without writing inside as to who. Whatever the calamity, whatever the situation was, the war or whatever, nobody was able to finish the cartouches to say who's built the temple, what the case is. So it's up in here. However, in the chapel, the kisop, the kisop was a chapel, that's what a kisop means, by the way. The little chapel that you went to after you came out in the little place there, and you went up and saw goddess Nut. I had told you before that you would see something way beyond what you saw in the temple of Ramesses, the tomb of Ramesses VI. Goddess Nut, I went upstairs to do something. Goddess Nut, you saw there, giving birth to the sun, to her vagina, and receiving the sun in the night, through her mouth, the whole rotation. Because the ancient Africans did not believe in the beginning of the world and the end of the world. There was no such thing. That's strictly European. Judeo-Christian is thing about the world beginning at a certain time and end at a certain time. There's a process. They believe that there were periods of development in which God came from the abyss, the deep, the deep. Because of that statue, there are also many other statements. One of the statements which you may not have heard anything about is this, analysis, is the beginning of the destruction of the world by flood, which the Jews adopted and put their only 2 cents in. But there is a story based upon what you saw there in the chapel. And every time you come, the guide can't remember. See, guys don't write down anything. They don't read from a sheet of paper. And your memory don't pull the same set of information all the time. So you may come and get this guide today, and you think of telling you about that today, and then tomorrow, and forget that. Tomorrow you may think of that person, but tell you, there's so many things to tell you that they can't just tell you the same thing all the time because they're walking around and they're pulling from their memory. But one of the major things you need to know is the story of the flood, where the Jews copied it from. There's a story where Goddess Nut, that man, after the evil Typhon had killed his brother Osiris, she decided to purge the earth of all these kind of bad and evil people. And thus Goddess Nut came one day with her menstrual flow and drowned the world. At least she thought she had drowned all the people in the world. But there was this one wise fellow with his little group, realizing this said, and knew that Goddess Nut would come back again to make certain that everybody had gone, and to anybody left over, she was going to drown them. And so he got some red dye. And guess what? How he made the red dye? He made the red dye from Kakade. So for those of you drinking Kakade, you better stop. It's good, right? So, all right. And they took the Kakade and made the dye, and they went, when they heard Goddess Nut coming, they went in a whole big thing of Kakade, red dye. And when Nut came by and saw these people, she said, oh, they're drowning. I've already drowned them. And she went on, and that's how mankind was saved, from total distinction from the earth. So now, you know, the Jews got their own little thing, but it's secondary to this one. I like this one. It's a lot more fun. The other one, you got no fun at all. Playing with water. Who has died playing with water? But anyhow, so you can hear, there's 101. If you want to hear the, not Cinderella, Cinderella? Is it the Cinderella story is connected to Isis. There's a Cinderella story right here. Some guys will tell you, don't have time to tell you all the different stories that were adopted into European culture. But you see, goddess there. Unfortunately, we could not go down in some of the tombs, and so thus we didn't get a chance to see God, Shu, S-H-U, the God of the earth. See, Nut is the God of the sky, God of the heavens. Shu, S-H-U, is the God of the earth. And there are some scenes in which you see God Shu holding up goddess Nut. God Shu is on his right knee in this position. His left knee is in this position. And it shows you God Shu the earth holding up goddess Nut at the two columns of heaven. One hand on her breast. Nut is shown, like you see in the temple there, but instead of her foot just in this, shown in the temple, it is shown coming all the way down to the wall, down to the floor, her legs, and then the other, it goes right across the ceiling, painted like a heaven, with stars and everything, and the hands and her hair and her breast hands down on the other side, and God's shoe is holding her, the right hand at her vagina, the left hand at her breast, and the caption says in hieroglyph, God's shoe holding goddess Nut at the two columns of heaven. Thus the woman was considered heaven. And in the second picture, it always shows, in most of these nice temples that you go down, it shows the god of fertility Mim at the same place, and it says, God of fertility Mim, replenisher of heaven. Now you get an idea of what they're talking about. And it is explained that a baby is in heaven, but before the baby is born. So for those of us who want a heaven better than the placenta and the ovaries, etc., that's because you don't want to believe that humans were anything. I follow these fellows here from ancient times. They sound better, they're more rational, and that's the only heaven I ever found. But anyhow, when you look at that temple and showing that, I do not know for most of you who are walking around, you saw at the, first of all, let me say that the original zodiac wasn't wrong. The one in Paris they have itself, they tell you the original is in Paris. It's a joke. The fact is that when the French came and was stealing, when they took the original from there, it was rectangular shape. What they sent back here and what they have in France is wrong. That's number one. So therefore, as a matter of original being, the French story for years was that the Frenchmen, after being pursued, after stealing it, lost it in the Nile. But 20 years later, suddenly, there's an original in Paris. I could say to you, it's as original as you want it to be. It has no validity in its originality. And the point is this, why would they put a fake one from the French back up there? You see what I'm saying? But the French and the Greeks and others knew they had a good thing going by projecting this myth. Because there are some of us right here going. Some of us won't come out the house until we read our horoscope. The French made all kind of money from the patent, and the Greeks. Some of us wouldn't go down the store. We won't marry somebody. We wouldn't kiss somebody. We weren't born with the right month if you're mooning in the star and Jupiter ain't going down to seas, June or someplace. Pure junk. And most of us live by it, so the French got a thing going, and the Greeks. It has nothing to do with reality of the zodiac. Now, when we go into the next room, the ante-room next to there, you see the whole story of the murder of Osiris, the resurrection of Osiris, the symbolism of resurrection being the male penis, and so forth. But I don't know, because we were running, I pointed to some people as they passed by, the birth of Horus. being shown, up there they call it, the nurses of Horus. The Roman Church, up to 1937 or so, used to have a picture of Mary nursing Jesus on her left breast. Jesus sitting on her lap, and he's nursing on the left breast. She's holding him in this manner. I show some people the same picture. The church have outlawed that from 37 and say it is pornographic, because the church doesn't believe that women should show their breast nursing a child. I guess the Pope have never had no mother to nurse him, so the poor fellow, at the time in 1937, he got mad with everybody else who was nursing. Of course, they're trying to kill the child now. Those who nurse him put a blanket over the child's head, the child can't even breathe. But that was here. Of course, you notice that the ancient Egyptians had no problem with their reproductive organs, since they know that the only way people got here is through sex. Now, the Adam and Eve story, you can go along with what you want. I prefer the way that Daddy made me. I don't want no dirt and all that kind of stuff. That ain't no fun. I want Mama to realize that I was being made. Well, that's going on. Now, you see, if you had the opportunity to see the whole projection of birth, life, death, resurrection. And I'm sure that you saw it in the anteroom next to the astrological chart room. We can now leave there and go back to Abydos, where we initially started this morning.